All right. So I'm so glad you guys are here, that you're able to check in and see that we've got our year started. We already missed one day, but when I texted my friend, I said, guess why we don't have school today? And she was like, no, why? And I was like, no power. So I think that was the best reason to not have school last Tuesday, given our entire situation, all the fun things that have been going on. So we missed a day for power, but I'll take that over anything else. So it's been so good to get to know all of our small friends. And hi, Charlie. It's been so good to see everybody and to get to know them in our classroom, and they've enjoyed getting to know each other. It's really funny. A lot of times with 3-year-olds, the first thing is a lot of parallel play. They're kind of playing by each other, or they're playing a part. They haven't quite really embraced the whole together. But this group already really enjoys being with each other, all of them. And actually grabbed a picture last week. I'll put it in the newsletter for tomorrow, of all of them playing in one group, which is kind of unusual for the beginning, but it's really exciting. It means we're off to a great start. Because of it's been kind of a strange start with just a lot of people are kind of waiting for preschool to see what's going to happen. So I think our number of 3-year-olds will change throughout the year. I had a tour last week. I have a tour this week. So we may end up with more 3-year-olds as time goes on, but I'll keep you updated about that as we go. So a few things to talk about. Tote bags are ordered. The printer got back, just texted or sent me an email that like they want to change the color. Fine, let's finish those up. So we're close. We're close to tote bags, and as soon as those come in, I will pass those along to you. So hopefully we are closer to that. It should be within the next week. So as soon as I have those, I have to go out to Garrett and grab them, and then I'll pass them out. And every kid had a folder. So the inside of the folder talks about return to school or keep it home. Sometimes we just shove the stuff in the folders and it's time to go. So it might not be in the perfect pocket according to the words at the bottom, but we do check the folders every morning. If you have money for milks or snacks that need to go down to the office, or those t-shirt order forms, we make sure that gets down there and we'll check it. Or if you have a note for me, this is the best way, because we check those every morning, and we try to fill it with things for you, for papers for your counter at home. I know that's where all my papers end up, is a nice pile on the counter. We want to help you grow your paper pile as well. So so on Tuesday, they'll bring home the banner. It looks like this. They'll bring it home in paper copy for a while until I think Labor Day, and then it'll get emailed out. And this is, unless you request a paper copy, this is all of the news like for the whole school. This week it's really big. There must be a lot going on, a lot of beginning of year announcements. Also on Tuesday, they'll bring home my classroom newsletter that just talks a little bit about what we're up to. I'll throw a picture in from the week, something if you're looking for something to do at home, upcoming events. And then always on there is my home phone number, my cell phone number, and my email. I just encourage parents, anytime you have a question about anything at all, please, please, please call me, text me, email me, whatever. I'm so happy to answer questions about that, especially this year. Usually parents are dropping kids off, picking them up, coming into the room. Since we don't have that, I really want to make sure that you feel comfortable with your kid in the room. If you have any questions about anything like that, I want to answer that for you. And I want to make sure that we have a lot of communication going on so that you feel a part of our classroom, because that's really important for your child, that we're all working together. Another thing that I will see coming home, I just got my book orders in. They look the same as they did when you were in school with flyers. The difference now is instead of sending in a check, you can also order online. I have a class code for that. These will be coming home Thursday or Tuesday. I'm still waiting on a catalog, but you'll get that. Optional to order if you want to, great. If not, that's fine. And then we earn points for our classroom to get books for us, which is great. So I have a few things I want to run through. One is with a delay day, which we kind of already got a preview of that. So on a delay day, a 2-hour delay, I never know, in Buffalo, where I grew up, we pretty much just shut down, and it took a lot of snow to shut down. Kendallville takes far less snow to shut down, and we do have 2-hour delays. And when that happens, we start school at 10 instead of 8. And instead of the day ending at 11, it will end at 11:30. So it will be an hour and a half of class. We will not have snack because we only have an hour and a half. And we'll try to fit in what we can in that hour and a half of time. So hopefully we won't have too many of those. Last year, I feel like so many of our snow days fell on Tuesdays and Thursdays, and it was so disappointing because I'm like, I only see them 2 days a week. We want them as much as we can. So hopefully this year we won't have as many days off, and that if we do, we don't miss too many of our days together. So I do have something I want to show you. So there's an app called Seesaw. And so I download it on my phone. You can download it at any point. And I'm going to send you a QR code that you can use. So what I'm going to do with Seesaw, I've been texting you all pictures. I've tried to text a picture each day. I just feel like without drop off and pick up, I really want to be able for you to have a chance to see your child interacting in the classroom. So I'm going to use the Seesaw app to upload those pictures. And it's a way for me to put those out on Seesaw. It's just that the people that have the code that are in the class that I've invited can come in and see those pictures, and also share some other things. So if we do end up in a remote learning situation or snow days or whatever, I can put activities up there for children to complete, as well as share information with you back and forth. And I'm going to send home more information about it, but I wanted to give you a quick preview about it. So like I have made a class of Mrs. Newman's 3-year-olds. I threw some pictures up from the other day. So you could, after work, go through and go, oh yeah, look, and you could show it to your kid. Tell me about this that you were doing in the classroom. I see you painted. What did you paint today? Or you were playing in the kitchen. Who is this you're playing with? So it gives you a chance to have that conversation. So I will send more information about that, and it's actually a QR code. So when you're in the app, if you're trying to go in, there's a button that you just hit scan, and then you'll scan the QR code, and you'll be all uploaded in our class and ready to roll. As far as snacks go, just a quick, everyone's been bringing their own snack. That's great. Please know that snack is available for purchase at school, and we do give students the option of purchasing milk. Chocolate or white milk, and then it is 45 cents for a carton of milk. And the way it's done, especially with the 3-year-olds, a carton of milk is a lot for some kids. So they get a cup, which is a half carton, and so maybe they only have 1 cup on Tuesday and 1 cup on Thursday, so they would be charged 45 cents for their week of milk. And if you do want your child to have milk, just let me know, and we will not give them that option. I know my daughter last year, it was her first time having chocolate milk. Then she was thrilled. At school, they had chocolate milk. That was new for her and super exciting. So she would come and drink her glass of chocolate milk with snack and was super happy. So that is an option available. And then the bill, it would just go to the lunch bill. So you may get a bill saying, hey, you owe $1 for lunch or $3.50 or whatever, and that would just be the milk's accumulating. It's not that you bought lunch, it's that you bought milk. And if you do need a snack, that's available too. That you should have received a lunch menu. If you didn't, let me know. But at the bottom of the lunch menu, it talks about what the snack is. The snacks this year are all prepackaged, so it's like a cereal bar and a juice box and some graham crackers, and it's in a package, maybe a Pop-Tart. Sometimes it's a donut, but it's a packaged donut. But that was a day last week, and the 4-year-olds, I had a lot of kids buying donuts. They were very excited about donuts. But otherwise, you bring your own snack, we'll help them open it, and if they bring something from home, there is a much higher chance of them liking it and eating it. So that works out well. The other thing is I want to ask if you could please send in, if you haven't, an extra set of clothes that we keep in the classroom, and I keep those in the bin. Sometimes there's bathroom accidents, and but more often it is that someone spilled their milk or their water all over their shirt, or we were outside and said, watch out for that puddle, and of course that means dive right into that puddle, and then we need this extra set of clothes. So we do keep them in the classroom, and then we just ask if you sat in shorts in winter, maybe try to remember to send in pants. Or last year, I was a little embarrassed. I was cleaning out the bins, and I looked at my daughter's clothes, and there's no way that what I had sent her in August would have fit her at the end of the school year. So try to think about that too. We don't often think about our kids growing, but they do that a lot. So if you notice like, oh my goodness, we're not in this size anymore, we're 3 sizes above that, and you want to send in a note, say, hey, I put some extra clothes in here. If you want to swap them out of the bin, that'd be great. I don't always remember to ask parents to do that. So between all of us, let's try to remember to swap out those clothes for better sizes if we need to later in the year. The other thing is, as far as our schedule, we come in the morning and they find their name, they hang up their backpack, I ask if anyone needs snack, and then we pretty much go straight to the gym and we have our chance to run around. So in there, they can run around on their own, we do some warm-ups together, we play some cooperative games, and which is a great chance for them to learn how to take a turn, and we a lot of times work in different ideas with literacy or numbers or counting with those games. Jesus time comes into that as well. So we have a chance to run around and play together. Then we come back to our classroom and we have our calendar time in this corner, and then we have Jesus time over here by our altar. And each week we have a Bible story. Last week, actually, I don't think you did get it. There's also an August calendar, so a calendar will come home. After the day with no power, then at school we had a day of no internet. Last week was just an interesting one. So on our August calendar, I try to put classes, what the days we have class. Here I have our need to know night Zoom meeting. If there's any birthdays or special events, I'll put those on there. But I also put what our Bible story of the week is. So you can think about that at home. And there will be also a picture coming home to talk about that at home as well. So you can relate to our Jesus time. After Jesus time, we go to the bathroom, and then we come back and have our snack, which is a very exciting part of our day. They very much enjoy snack. And then we go into our center time. 3-year-olds, it's a little more free. They have a little more free range of the room. And then there's times that they come and do a craft with me, or I have special things out for them to play with that relate to some of the things that we're working on. So our biggest goals for a 3-year-old, we want them to recognize their name. We want them to be able to be away from mom, and work on that little bit of independence in the classroom, that they can be here without you, and they can be okay. Mom will come back at the end of the day. So those are big things that we work on, as well as some academics like learning their name. We'll have days where we wear colors, certain colors of the day to practice those, and we'll do shapes, and we'll work on our names and recognizing our names and the names of our friends. And then hopefully last year, unfortunately, our year got a little cut short, so I'm hoping to have our full year this year where we can have some of those extra activities, and we will have themes that go throughout. Right now we're talking about school and routines and manners and practicing. Later in the year we'll talk about, well, of course we'll have our Christmas theme, but we'll also have a theme of oceans and dinosaurs. And that'll be in the newsletter, kind of what theme we're on, so you can hear more about that. But I'm so glad to have these 5 in my preschool classroom. It's been so fun in these 2 days only, getting to know everybody, and I'm excited to see everyone tomorrow morning. We have a lot of fun in here, and it's been really fun to watch them get to know each other, and I really enjoyed all those little faces as they come in and are excited to be here and play together and listen to stories and sing and all those wonderful preschool things. So I'm so thankful for every one of you for entrusting your child to our care, and we're so glad that they are here. And I want to open it up for any questions. If you have any questions or comments, please unmute, and I am so happy to answer them. No questions? Charlie, those faces you've been making are the best, and I've thoroughly enjoyed all of them. Those are great. Lawrence too. So was that Lawrence and Arlo popping in there? That was great. I love those. That's why I teach preschool, is for all the really silly faces I get to see all day. Hey, Charlie. Those are just great faces. Well, please know I'm here in school literally a lot of time, but I'm always here to answer any questions or anything that comes up throughout the year. Or if your kid comes home and you're like, I don't quite know what they mean, or I don't know what they did today, please don't hesitate to ask. I'm so happy to let you know and to help. It's so important to me that we all work together as partners and that you are a part of their educational experience in our classroom in this strange beginning of year. But I'm so glad that we had the opportunity to get together tonight. And hi, Grayson, and to see each other. And I could give you this bit of information. But like I said, so Seesaw and Scholastic, those papers will be coming home later. Tote bags are close, I hope. I've answered so many emails about them from the printer, so we should be close on that. But is there any other questions? All right, well, thank you so much for coming this evening, and I am looking forward to seeing Hannah and Jackson and Charlie and Lawrence and Sawyer all tomorrow morning. Hopefully no power outages, no weird storms. We're just gonna show up here at 8 for a great day of school. Does that sound good, Charlie? All right, well, thank you so much, and you guys have a wonderful evening.